Hi everyone, it's the Health Juggernaut. Today I want to go over the benefits that I've experienced so far using the EWOT system. For everyone who's new, EWOT, EWOT stands for Exercise with Oxygen Therapy. Now, one of the things about this therapy is you kind of have to be at least moderately healthy. Probably the easiest exercise equipment to do EWOT with is a treadmill or a bike. I decided not to purchase any of that equipment, so right now I'm just doing a combination of push-ups and squats. The recommended procedure is really to get your heart rate up to 110 beats per minute for a minimum of 10 minutes. I always do 15 minutes, and getting my heart rate up to 110 is not a problem. I can get up to 110 no problem. That's actually not that vigorous. Doing push-ups and squats with no weights, just air squats for 15 minutes boosts my heart rate way over that, and I can tell by how hard I'm breathing. I mean, you can't really tell by watching the video, but I'm huffing and puffing. I mean, I'm sucking air like crazy. I blow through that 600-liter bag no problem. The purpose of EWOT is to saturate the body, specifically the blood plasma, with oxygen. This helps to deliver oxygen to all parts of the bodies, even the small capillaries. And this helps the body heal tremendously. It helps in a lot of different ways. It's even more so than just healing. It's normal functioning. It's clearing out toxins from the body. It's helping to regulate and facilitate the electrical machine that human bodies are. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about the benefits. You can look that up on your own. I've done 20 sessions of 15 minutes using the EWOT system. Now, I haven't done this every day. I was out of town for a while, and some days I just don't feel like doing it, or I work late. So I'm really only doing this probably 3 times a week. So it took me a few weeks to get through 20 sessions. At first, I was worried that not doing them every single day was not going to be as effective, but I've been surprised. The effects are noticeable. So let's get into those now. The first benefit that I've experienced is amazing sleep. I've always had insomnia ever since I was a young boy, 11, 12 years old. I tried everything to get a good night's sleep. I've tried supplements. I've tried staying up till midnight or 1 a.m. until I was so tired and exhausted that I had to collapse and get some sleep. I've tried developing routines before bed to train my body to accept sleep. But honestly, nothing's ever really worked beyond a moderate level until recently. In the last 3 weeks, my sleep has improved dramatically. Shockingly so. I was not expecting to sleep like I have been. Now I actually look forward to bedtime because I know I am going to sleep great. You ever heard the expression, the Sandman comes for you? When I lay in the bed and it's 10:30, 11 o'clock, sleep just pulls me down like I'm sinking in quicksand. I can just feel it taking me. It just pulls me in, and I accept it. I just let go, and I just fall right into a deep, restful sleep. And I will sleep all night. I mean, I'll sleep till from 11 p.m. till 6 a.m. the next morning. I'll wake up and I'll think, Why did I wake up? It's the middle of the night, and I look at the clock, and it's 6 a.m. It's time to get up. I cannot believe that I slept that long. I'm used to waking up constantly, multiple times a night, because I'm just a very light sleeper. I'm a poor sleeper. I'm not a deep sleeper. But now, that's totally changed. The next two benefits that I've experienced are related to sleep. One of them is my vivid dreams. I have extremely vivid dreams now. They're lifelike. It's like I'm there. I went through a period before I started this whole health journey where I just stopped dreaming altogether. And this went on for, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years. I didn't have any dreams. Or if I did, I didn't remember them. They didn't stick out of my mind. I mean, there was nothing there for me to access. But now I have extremely detailed dreams. They're very vivid. It's like I'm there. They're lifelike. I can remember them the next day. And not only that, my visual imagery in my mind has improved. It's become sharper, more detailed, more focused. I can recall events from a day ago, a week ago, and it's like I was there. It's literally like I'm replaying a movie. The details are so specific and lifelike. It's there. And I'm not used to that. In the last few years, the last couple of decades, I've kind of just accepted a lifestyle where my mind is just always kind of foggy. It's always kind of iffy. It's always dull around the edges. I have a poor memory. I forget things, and my imagination is low, and I can't keep pictures in my mind. But now, that's changed. I can remember stuff significantly better. But it's the visual vividness of my thoughts now that really stands out, because the human mind thinks in picture form. Okay, that's how we understand stuff. That's how we process stuff. Like a movie, it's a picture. And so when we lose the ability to do that, that's a pretty clear indication that our mind is just clogged full of stuff, toxins and waste products and chemicals for years of abuse. But that has totally changed significantly for the better. Another benefit is also related to dreaming. I can lucid dream now. Now, I read about lucid dreaming where you realize that you're in a dream, but you don't wake up. You have the ability to stay in this dream world and kind of direct your own actions instead of realizing you're in a dream and then waking up. Now, in a lucid dream, you can interact with the characters in your dream, that is, in your mind, with intention. And your mind creates the reaction of these characters. So it's really interesting. I've been able to take myself through different case scenarios in these dreams because of this ability. Now, it doesn't happen every night, and I'm not able to lucid dream for a long time right now, but sometimes I can. And another weird thing with the dreams is I'll wake up from a dream, and then I'll think to myself, well, that was an interesting dream. That's an interesting thought pattern. My mind must be trying to work out some details. I'd like to continue that dream. And then I'll go back to sleep, and I'll pick up in that dream where I left off. But this whole time, it's not like I'm daydreaming. I'm not partially awake thinking about this. I am sleeping. I'm getting deep, regenerative, restful sleep. And my mind is just kind of obeying my commands. So I'm still working out the details on this whole dreaming thing, but that is definitely a benefit. All of these things are amazing. They're wonderful. I feel like they're kind of emotionally and mentally untangling me through my dream and sleep process. Another benefit that I've experienced in the last several weeks while doing the EWOT sessions is an increase in my libido. Now, I don't take any supplements at all. I totally abandoned medications and supplements of all kinds as related to libido or erectile function or any sort of stimulation of that nature. I mean, I do take like a nascent iodine and some other things of that nature, but I'm just talking about strictly sexual and erectile function right now. And, you know, in the past I've taken some stuff from GNC that's supposed to be all natural, ginkgo biloba and ashwagandha root and things of that nature to kind of, you know, perk me up. But I don't take any of that anymore because the whole purpose of this journey is to get my body back to a clean, natural, wholesome state. Not like I was in high school, but better. Because in high school, I ate junk. I drank sodas and ate pizza and tater tots and all that garbage that they served me at public schools. So at the point where I'm getting right now, I'm not only cleaner and more natural than I was when I was younger. I'm actually more clean. I mean, I'm getting to the point where this is brand new territory. These are functions that I've never experienced. And, you know, a man my age, you're not supposed to feel this good. But a lot of good things are happening, and the pickup in libido is really great. I went through a period where I did the fruitarian diet. I ate nothing but fruit for probably about 6 weeks, and the purpose of that was to kind of cleanse my body out. This was a couple years ago. But one thing I noticed about that diet, it killed my libido completely. I mean, there was no interest, there was no action, there was nothing. So I knew that something was wrong with that diet. And I later realized that it's too much sugar. So diet is a component of this whole journey. But I haven't really changed my diet at all since I've started this EWOT. I've kind of, you know, gotten onto a whole food plant-based diet where I'm eating a lot of vegetables and big salads and vegetable stews every night. That's kind of normal. I've been doing that all year, and there hasn't really been a significant change in my libido. But since in the last 3 weeks, it's changed. I've just naturally get much more energized as a man, and I believe these effects are for women. Women and men don't realize that women start to have a lot of hormonal and physical dysfunction in their sexual libido because women lose the drive to have sex. If you look at the statistics for women over a certain age, the percentage of women who say they just don't want to have sex at all, they got no interest in sex whatsoever, is shockingly high. So the improvement in libido is one thing, but there's more. Separate from the libido issue is the erectile function. Now, as a man, you can pretty much bet that one of the most important things in my life is how well I'm able to achieve an erection, how often I get an erection, how long and strong that erection is. That is crucially important to men. I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, a man basically pretty much is his penis. Let's be honest. And so in the last 3 weeks, the number of my erections has gone way up. I mean, through the roof. The strength of my erections is like unnaturally firm and amazing. They're long, they're strong, they're durable. I can count on them 100%. I mean, they're always there for me. And it takes almost no effort to get an erection. One of the things that kind of indicate sexual function is whether or not men get erections during sleep. And in the past few years, you know, I've kind of waned down a little bit as I've aged. But lately, I get hard-ons all night long. I mean, and they are so intense, they wake me up. I mean, it's actually kind of a pain, a little bit, to have that many erections during the night. I mean, I love it. It's great. It's a really strong indicator of overall health, but it's just shocking. The increase in the number of erections, the strength of it, that's fantastic. I was not expecting that to happen. And it happened so quickly that I'm doing other things. I'm improving my diet. I'm exercising. Those are things I've been doing. But the dramatic improvement in the last 3 weeks has to be the EWOT. I mean, the other things probably help, but the improvement that I've seen is just dramatic. Dramatic. The last benefit I'm going to mention today is the reduction in anxiety and fearful thoughts. Now, in the past, I've struggled with negative thoughts. I will be going through a situation and I think to myself, oh my God, what if this goes wrong, then that goes wrong, then this can happen and that can happen. Before I realize it, I'm literally lost in my thought pattern, in this pattern of negative thoughts, where my mind just puts one after another of negative thoughts, and I'm all stressed out, and I'm sweating, and my heart is racing too fast, and then I stop, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm totally imagining all of this. None of this stuff is happening. This stuff is probably not going to happen, but I've already gone through the process of entertaining those fearful thoughts. I've got my cortisol levels up. It's caused all these problems physiologically for me. And, you know, going through a pattern of fearful thoughts day after day, that's stress. That's what stress is. And stress has a serious physical and physiological reaction to the body. Most people don't realize that. Stress is a real thing. It affects you. And if you go through this year after year after year, your health begins to decline. Now, the anxiety has also been a big problem in the past. I'm always worried about what's going to happen. And, you know, fearful thoughts and anxiety and all of these things, you know, you could put depression in there. They all kind of combine to create a really unpleasant mental and emotional state. Now, when you affect your mind and your heart, it affects your body. When you have negative thoughts and negative feelings, it affects you physically. Your health physically reacts to your thoughts and your feelings and begins to deteriorate. Not to mention, you become unhappy. You think yourself into an unhappy state. And I've always struggled with this. And I thought in the past it was nutritional deficiencies or maybe too much unhealthy food coming in or toxins coming in, and those things do have an effect. But in the last several weeks, as I've forced this heavy load of oxygen under pressure deep into all of my tissues, my fearful thoughts have gone way down. I mean, the improvement is significant. And as much as I've appreciated the improvement in my sexual function, to be totally honest with you, what's even better than that is the peace of mind that I've begun to develop. And I've only done this for 20 sessions. I'm not planning on stopping. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do this all year, and I'm going to give regular updates and see how things are going. But the improvement in 3 weeks has been exceptional. And the reduction in anxiety and fearful thoughts, I'm not exactly sure how to put that into words so you can understand the improvement in the way I feel, in the way I think, my daily life. Things that you can't see, things that are subjective, things that only you can understand. I'm seeing improvements of those as well. So overall, do I think you should try the EWOT system? Yeah, I do. I think everyone should be using oxygen therapy with exercise. I think it's fantastic. I'm going to work on improving my systems a little bit, try to make it a little bit easier. I'm also going to try a few other things like doing it twice a day, some other things like that. There are going to be some experiments coming up, and I'll update the system later. But yeah, those are just the quick rundown. It took me about 5 minutes to think of these. I'm sure there are others, but these are the big ones, and it really makes a difference. You guys try it out. Leave a comment if you have any other questions. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Health Juggernaut out.